as for Senior Cube, he was in the booth the other night because the lowrider bobblehead night.
Yeah.
Did you see his night where he threw out a first pitch? He did not know who was catching. Did you see that? It turned out to be Mike Epps catching.
I missed that.
His first pitch.
Okay.
So that was great. He bounced it a little in the dirt,
Better than some pro quarterbacks. So
yeah, he did not go. He wasn't even close to Malik Willis. And then he was in the booth when Ohtani broke out of a slump and homered.
We was broke as a joke. When I say we, it's me.
There's the drive off of the bat of Ohtani, headed for the wall in the seats.
There we go.
All we had to do was bring Ice Cube into the booth, and Ohtani figures it out. It's that simple. Huh?
Amazing.
And with all due respect to Cube, okay, he's got a power. As we know, he ended World Series Game 2 just by showing up.
Right.
It wasn't Cube being in the booth that got Ohtani out of a slump on Tuesday night.
How can you say that for a fact?
It's the Rich Eisen Show cooler, Chris Brockman, coming up with this subject matter for Overreaction Monday on a Tuesday.
Enough with the pitching sideshow. Ohtani needs to go back to hitting only, or the Dodgers not going to make the NLCS.
So you think he's not hitting well because he's pitching?
1,000%. I don't know how you could dispute that. Guy doesn't pitch for 2 years. We see 50-50 and the greatest offensive player we've ever seen. Now we're back to pitching? What is he hitting, 240?
It's just baseball, man. It happens. It just happens.
I don't know. I went to a couple games over the weekend. Didn't hit the broadside of a barn.
I hear you. I get it.
Something's off.
I know. You got Braves mania over there.
Enough with the pitching. No one cares.
We're there to
true.
see. Untrue. No one cares.
It is true. We're there to see you hit.
Untrue.
We're there to see you hit. We're not there to see you do something cool every fifth day. We're there to see you do something awesome every day. Let's hit.
Okay, so then he hit that night. Still, the Dodgers, with that home run and Q being in the booth and throwing out the first pitch, lost their fourth in a row. And last night, Ohtani took to the mound. What did he do? Because it's no big deal. 7 shutout, 8 strikeouts to lower his ERA to .82 on the season. So there's many things that I like. As you know, being right is way up there.
It's on the list.
Oh, good Lord, is it way up there. The only thing that might be above that
What's that?
is slagging on Brockman when he's not here and can't respond.
I mean,
and him being the cooler and way wrong. Good Lord. Yeah, let's take somebody who's throwing .82 ERA out of the rotation. Any team should do that, right? Well, because we need him hitting, which he did anyway. The night he said he should stop pitching because it's affecting his hitting, he hits a home run and then throws 7 shutout. So Dodgers fans, thank Chris Brockman. Thank him. This is so much fun. When's he coming back? Next week.
Monday, I guess.
That's great. Isn't that fun?
Got some for this.
Oh, I screwed that up. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, Chris would say people love facts whenever he said
That's what he said. I think that we cut off the soundbite before he said that.
That's his thing. But
it's baseball.
Yeah.
And the thing that I also know that he doesn't like is me doing this. And he certainly doesn't like it when it's an Overreaction Monday subject matter, which he's putting out there for engagement. Maybe not thoroughly believing it, but I think he does believe that.
He believes a lot of it, I'd say.
No, I do believe he does think that Ohtani should stop pitching because he's basically said that for 2 years, thinking it's what got him hurt. As we all know, he went through the surgery. You cannot take somebody who's throwing like that out of the rotation. You just simply cannot do that. So.
Oh, I screwed that up. Sorry.
Keep playing the drops, man. Okay. What else?
You feel better now?
Good Lord, do I.
Astros in baseball, but they got the second worst record in all of the sport. Hosting the Mariners, Luke Raley in the first 2 on, facing Mike Burrows. Get up and get out. Beyond the Crawford boxes, 3-run shot, 10th of the year. Seattle on the board. Bottom of the 3rd, Yordan Alvarez popping like a PSA 10. Deep to center, gone. 428, solo shot, number 14 for Alvarez. Astros get on the board now. In the 4th, more trouble for Burrows. Mitch Garver. There is no doubt. His first of the season. The Mariners go on the win 8-3. The Astros are now 17-28, just a half a game ahead of the Angels for the worst record in baseball. Let's bring in the Hall of Famer. That is baseball insider Tim Kirchin. Tim, again, this Astros team reminding me a lot of the team we just discussed, the Golden State Warriors. Both teams, a lot of success over the last decade, but now they are struggling. What do you make of the Astros so far this season?
Yeah, they have really struggled, Kevin. They have a 5.60 ERA. That is almost a run higher than the next worst in the major leagues right now. When the Astros were good, their pitching was great, especially out of the rotation. But their starters' ERA is 5.35 this year. That is ridiculously high. Now, they've really been hurt. Hunter Brown, who's their best pitcher, has only made 2 starts. Josh Hader, their closer, hasn't pitched yet. And they do have a good offensive team, but now Carlos Correa is going to be out for the season. But you can't hit enough to make up for a team with a 5.60 ERA.
It is bad. And we'll see if they could turn things around because pitching is a huge storyline. Let's go into some of the top Cy Young candidates and what they did last night. And I want to focus on this young man, Brewers ace Jacob Misiorowski, recording his 4th 10 strikeout game this season, the most in all of baseball. Also leads the league with 80 Ks. Despite his efforts, the Brewers dropped the game to the Padres 3-1. Also cannot forget about Shohei Ohtani. How about an ERA at .82 after 7 shutout innings against the Giants? Second lowest ERA by a Dodger pitcher through 7 starts, trailing only Fernando Valenzuela's .29 ERA in his 81 Cy Young season. As we bring back Tim. So this NL Cy Young race could be an all-timer. I didn't even bring up Skeens or Christopher Sanchez. What are you looking forward to as the summer heats up?
Well, I've never seen a quarter of the way through the season 6 guys with these Cy Young credentials, all of them in the National League. And Paul Skeens has been ridiculous as usual. He's got his ERA under 2 now, 1.98. He struck out 40 guys since he last walked anyone. No Pirates ever done that. You talked about Ohtani. He kind of whispered about winning a Cy Young at the beginning of the year. He's certainly on track to do that. Misiorowski has 80 strikeouts. When he faced the Yankees the other day, he did not throw a pitch under 102 miles an hour in the first inning. Aaron Boone told me he was throwing 5,000 miles an hour. Christopher Sanchez has been great, 2.11 ERA, and Chris Sale has been great. He's got a whip under 1, and of course, Mason Miller, the reliever, has had the greatest start to a season I've ever seen by a closer. 72 batters faced. He struck out 40 of them.
I think Mason Miller's arm is a flamethrower. Like, literally, he comes on it, and you're going to get minimum 100, 102, 105. He's, by the way, the last reliever to win in the National League was Eric Gagne. You got to go back to 2003. Kevin Nagani back with you on SportsCenter last night. Showtime for Shohei on the bump in L.A. Dodgers star, they threw 7 shutout innings, had 8 strikeouts, 4-0 win. Hey, finally, they scored for him. They beat the Giants. They snap a 4-game losing streak. His return to a full-time starter going pretty well as a pitcher, considering he lowered his ERA to .82. The goal is a Cy Young. Dodgers reporter Alden Gonzalez joining us now. Alden, you spoke with Shohei last night following that fantastic performance. What's the Dodgers superstar saying about balancing now hitting as well as pitching this season?
Well, for one, that he's not too old for this. Look, Shohei is attempting a full-time two-way season for the first time in 3 years. He is approaching his 32nd birthday. And given his recent hitting slump and the fact that he's been taking more days off than we're used to, there's been a lot of concern about whether or not this is taking more of a toll on his body now than it has before. But Shohei dismissed that last night. He sort of smiled at the question. He said, "I feel good. I'm still young. I'm still at my peak." He indicated that any hitting struggles are more related to mechanics than they are fatigue. But look, Shohei Ohtani was not in the lineup for start day again on Wednesday. He is also not in the lineup today. The Dodgers initially planned it this way because he was struggling so much in May that they felt like he could benefit from back-to-back days off. And they stuck to this plan, even though he seemingly broke out of his slump with a 3-hit game on Tuesday. And the reason for that is very simple, because the Dodgers' #1 priority is preserving Shohei Ohtani's body for this two-way season, which takes a lot out of it.
Yeah, mentally as well. Tuesday, you mentioned the 3 hits. That included his 7th home run. Let's turn to tonight. LA trying to salvage a split here with their big-time rivals, the Giants. And I mentioned they won last night, and Shohei stopping a 4-game losing streak. Why is this Dodgers squad kind of hit a rough patch here in mid-May for their standards?
Simply put, they're not hitting. The Dodgers have scored 3 runs or fewer in 10 of their last 14 games. Just a stunning development when you consider all of the names in that lineup. They have specifically struggled to cash in with men on base. And you could see just on a given night, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts doesn't have a ton of options to spark this lineup. That is especially clear on a night like tonight when Shohei Ohtani is not going to be an option at the leadoff spot. The option for today, Will Smith, their catcher, first ever start at the leadoff spot.
Okay, after tonight, the Dodgers head out on a 9-game road trip, including stops in San Diego and Milwaukee. Alvin, thank you so much.